Well, I walked into the office, what did I see? A well-shaped body with his back to me, sitting in a chair with in a white gown. She said,
Dane, won't you please lay down?
She said that she wanted to reveal her face till my hour was up and I was on my way.
I'm just doing it because, I'm just doing it, you know? Somebody buy it, they buy it. They don't, I just want somebody to, if they, you know, to listen to it or not. I don't know, man. I'm just doing a song because it just feels good to do them. So I'm back at that again, you know? Except for I'm not looking for a record deal this time around. Right. So I don't have to worry about the emotional business decisions this time around.
So do you think hip-hop is going to get, I see it moving in that direction, that they're going to start treating you guys like the Miles Davises, and you know, it just seemed like for a while that hip-hop was just this young boy thing, but now they're really, it's full, like you said, full circle. They're starting to respect, you know, what you guys brought to the table. Yeah,
you know, it's just a funny situation. In 2016 now. I just remembered not maybe 5 to 7 years ago, old school was a bad word. You know what I mean? Yeah. They said your old school is like you dead and buried. Like, yo, don't use that. But I don't even like the terminology old school anyway. Old school rap. I like classic hip hop artists. You know what I mean? Classic, because that's what we did. We created classic music that still, you know, resonates with, you know, people today, and even the young people are going back and listening, and going, dang, that's some good music right there. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they, you know, that, you know, even though hip hop is taking another turn, because that's what hip hop was meant to do: fuse, change, and continue to grow and evolve, and it's evolved to what it's doing right now. But it's going to change again, because that's what it does. You know, it fuses with everything. You know, like the EDM sound is really hip hop. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's like hip hop and dance music combined type. That's what it feels like to me. You know, and then you know, they got the trap music or whatever they call that. You know, and I'm not mad at it. I don't like all of it, but you know, some of it I do like. You know what I mean? Some of it ain't for me though. You know? Hey, look, one of my guilty pleasures is the Coco. I don't both like this song, but it's dope, man. The flow of it, the move. He could have said anything with that flow, and it would have rocked to me. You know what I mean? Because the beat is dope and the flow is dope on it. So he could have been saying, "Yo, no," and no. It would have been dope to me. You know what I mean? So. And you know, we'll see what happens.
It's funny that I interview new school and, you know, veteran artists. I don't call them old school. Call you vets, you know? And when I interview some of the younger artists, it's, you know, I mention certain names. It's really, you know, disheartening to know that they don't really know a lot of the vets. Yeah. And it's like, and you eat off this culture, you know what I'm saying? So like, how do you feel about that? That some artists don't really do their homework.
You know what? I don't think everybody can know everybody that's out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's some of them that people just tend to resonate, and because, you know, people you know, kind of have a revolving door on the same names. You know, they'll say Rakim, they'll say Big Daddy Kane, KRS Ones, they'll say Slick Rick, they'll, you know, and then there's some other artists that, you know, like the Positive K's, that they might not be fully aware of, or, you know, even sometimes they might not know Greg Nice or Nice and Smooth. I don't know how that's possible, you know. So, you know, I don't know about that, man. You know, I don't know if I'm a historian myself, like I know all that type of stuff either. So, I mean, it's neither here nor there, but they need to have some type of foundation and know that they need to at least know the holy trinity of hip hop. They need to know Herc, they need to know Grandmaster Flash, and they need to know Africa Bambaataa. They need to at least know them three, you know, from the start of, you know, making records, and, you know, but you know, everybody. They'll say they know Sugar Hill Gang, and that's enough, and that's not really enough. You know, they got to know the Treacherous Three, the Crash Crew, the Furious Five. They got to know the foundation. You know what I mean? The Funky 4+1 More, the cats who paved the way with the cassettes and all that type of stuff. You know, like the DJ Hollywood. But you know, I run across a lot of young cats who don't even know who I am. You know, and I can, you know, you can see it sometimes. Like, yo, oh yeah, dude. Man, they got to get the phone. They thank God for Google. They're like, oh shit, oh yo, what's up? Yeah, that's my joint, man. Yeah. They went. I saw that last night too. Right. So he said, no, oh, dude, yo.
That's crazy. I mean, and with that being said, hip hop just inducted NWA.
Yeah, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So they there with the. I think Sugar Hill Gang is in there too, right?
Yeah.
I know the Furious Five is in there.
Furious Five is
Run DMC is in there.
Run DMC is in there.
But no, I don't know if the Sugar Hill Gang. But they got NWA in there, right?
Yeah. Public Enemy.
Public Enemy. Yeah, as well. Yes. It's coming along.
Yeah.
You know what they're doing? I think they're gonna try to put at least a hip hop person in a hip hop group in every year. They need to double up and do 2 or 3 of them though. So
well, I mean,
they got some lost time.
right. And the funny thing about it is that, you know, rock and roll is a culture and a genre all in itself. So if they made like a hip hop Hall of Fame, and let's say they had 3 years. I mean, if they had an official hip hop Hall of Fame, what year do you think you would get inducted from 1 to 3 years?
From 1 to 3 years? What you mean?
Every year, like if they had a hip hop, you know, the first annual, second annual,
and third annual?
Yeah. What year do you think you would be inducted?
Probably 7th year.
7th year.
1 to 3, they gonna come at me at 7. You know what, man? I lived my career as and you know. I've embraced it, you know, and I don't really care, but underrated. Yeah. I think I've, been underrated in regards to what I was able to bring to hip hop and things of that sort. So people don't really say my name in conjunction with, the greats like that. You know, people who have my records, they like them, they but when it comes to name recognition, I'm not really one of the first names that come up like that. You know, like I said, it's like the Rakims, the KRS Ones. You know, the impact is a little different. I don't know what it was. Maybe because it was more of like you said, fun music to a certain extent. You know what I mean? And those other cats may have had some socially conscious stuff in there, and maybe it was just the timing. I don't know. Maybe because of the reference to Slick Rick. So yeah, that's the thing too. When it comes to me and Slick Rick, we're so
the styles.
Yeah, because we went to school together, and we developed this thing together. But they feel like if they got Slick Rick, they don't need Dane. If they got Dane, they don't really quite need to have Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh and one or the other or something like that. So with that said, I think that I used to worry about that stuff, and it used to get to me like early on, like y'all miss. And then after a while, I was like, who gives a fuck? I do me, man. I'm good at doing me now. I learned how to do me well, so I don't really need that. So I I actually wrote that in a song too about I think I wrote a song called Underrated. I'll probably never release it, but it was good though.
You had to release it.
No, I'm not gonna release it. It was good. Sometimes you just write songs because they feel good at the moment. And, you lay them down and you're like, yeah, that's dope. And then and then it's in the can just sitting there. Who knows? That's right. You might hear it one day. You never know. Everything's possible.
Well, you seem like you're in a good space.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, last final question is like, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to know about Dane when it's all said and done?
Wow, I really never think about that much. But what my legacy is I have my son, Young Dane, and Young Dane is dope. He writes, he raps, he sings, and he's an all-around dope artist. He's visually creative and all that type of stuff. So that is my legacy right there, Young Dane. So with that said, I just at the end of the day, man, probably that I was just able to basically figure out how to be me, and I want to make sure that people know that it's about giving back, and that I started somewhere, I ended up somewhere else. I came from the projects, but you can make anything happen. You can do anything you want. It's never too late to be great. When I say that, I'm just taking my first swimming lesson at 50 years old. So yes. Look, so I put it on Periscope and Instagram, So I took my first swimming lesson like last year. I've been scared to death to put my head in the water for 50 years, dog. So, well, not really 50 because I went to the pool when I was 6, and after that, so it's like 44. Okay, I got it. No, but anyway,
right here.
Yeah. So, but it's. Yeah, I think that would be it, man. It's never too late to be great, man. Yeah. You can be a slow beginner, just be a strong finisher.
Absolutely.
It's all right. It's not even a sprint; it's a marathon. So at the end of the day, I used to be like Dane with fame. That's all I wanted was fame. Now I just want to be recognized as somebody who did right by people. And they see me, I show love, they show love back. I'm good with that. Be considerate to somebody. That's all. So. Keep it easy.
Yeah.
Keep it easy.
I hope a lot of artists get to that point.
Yeah. You know, I just started, you know, that was a good question because I never really thought about, you know, a legacy or stuff like that, you know, and what I wanted to leave behind, anything like that. But I know one thing. I just want to know, I want people to be better to each other. I know that for sure. And we got to figure out, and I figured the way to do that is just to be cool, you know, be considerate. It's all right. I think if you do something kind for a person per day and multiple times, it carries over. People feel that energy and they move it forward, you know, and the hate just starts to dissipate, you know what I'm saying? And the love starts to pick up momentum. So that's what I'm trying to bring into the world and keep that going. So that's the game plan.
Definitely. I really appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yeah, man.
And what can we expect tonight?
Oh man, you know what? I don't even know if I'm doing a full show or if they want me to just do a couple of songs, but whatever it is, we gonna have a good time. Hey. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a good time. Big Daddy Kane always does a great show. Kid Capri tears it down, and I just like to have a good time. So it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you so much, sir.
Blessings. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Once again, this is Dana the Great One, and you're listening to Uptown Weekly, man.
Uptown Weekly, baby. Yeah.